world holds dear is but a back.
Fate is upon you! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down! Insolent illusion shell! God's over! See? Written in the stars. Rain cutter. Now you shall perish. Higher, higher, hands on fire. Fate is upon you. Time to go. Inazuma shines eternal. Witness the power of Fuwa. Know my sword. Written in the stars. Not good. Rain cutter. Rain outlines your fate. Now you shall perish. Spring forth! Here come the fireworks! Your grand finale and step. Fire hazard! Propagate! Boba, get them! Flags out and leap! Yeah! Strike is one! Coefficient two! It's the fight! Nice and spicy! Your grand finale! And step! The fuse is...
Wretched vermin!
Gears of the storm! We'll see about that!
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape!
Fate is upon you!
Unsightly insects! Behold!
Have fun with this gift! Dare to mess up!
Squall and fury! Bow your head!
Written in the stars! Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Truth repeats its course! We'll see about that!
Wretched vermin! Behold!
Fate is upon you!
Inazuma shines eternal! There is no escape!
Gears of the storm! Too late!
Cry louder! Squall and fury!
Written in the stars! Torn to oblivion!
Truth repeats its course!
Wretched vermin! Behold!
Fate is upon you!
Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered!
Gears of the storm! Dare to mess with me? Huh?
Unsightly insects! Squall and fury!
Decided by destiny!
Inazuma shines eternal!
Truth repeats its course!
Wretched vermin!
What you got? Another job.
Enhanced animal module!
Clouds high. The birds come!
Animal test 6308! Heads up! Nice and spicy!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! The wind knows me.
Squirrel, mark two!
Another test.
Eat this! Spring forth! Propagate!
Another test subject.
At the frog pit!
As one with wind and cloud!
Enhanced animal module 75! Animal test! You're toast! Germinate! Ha!
What you got?
Fallen leaves, adorn my night into the wind!
I'm sick of this game.
The wind knows me.
Squirrel, mark two! Eat this!
As one with wind and cloud! One with nature!
Spring forth!
Following orders.
The wind knows me.
Enhanced animal module 75!
clouds high, the birds call. Wind strider.
You're toast!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Swirl, mark two!
Feeling lucky today.
One with nature.
Following orders.
Clouds high, the birds call!
Following orders.
The wind knows me.
You're dead meat! Torn to oblivion! Ha! There is no escape!
Animal hypostasis emulate?
Written in the stars! Look alive! Gloves off! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down!
Fate is upon you! Swirl, mark two!
You're dead meat! Now you shall perish! Illusion shattered! Written in the stars! Gloves off!
Animal hypostasis! Fate is upon you!
Torn to oblivion! Shine down! You asked for it! Written in the stars! There is no escape! Inazuma shines eternal! Shine down! gloves off! Buckle up!
Let me leave you. Springboard! Hey, go away! Don't be scared! Eat this! Boba, get them!
Time to act. Rain cutter!
Ready? Germinate! Propagate! You're toast! Stay put! Nice split!
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate.
Now get into your head! Springboard!
Rain cutter!
Ready, go! Don't eat this! Germinate! Scatter! Propagate!
Witness the power of Gugwa! Time to know my sword!
Oh, Uruguay! You're toast! Go get it, Uruguay!
Let me weave you a verse. Rain outlines your fate. Time to act. Rain cutter. Know my sword.
What you got?
Your sins weigh upon your soul.
What you got? Another test subject.
That's
Decided by destiny.
the fury!
Enhanced animal model. Out of my way!
Through me, justice is served. Guilty. Your penance is due.
Another test subject.
Fate is upon you. Animal hypostasis. I'll settle this. Dead with me.
What you got?
Your sins weigh upon your soul. Guilty.
What you got?
Written in the stars.
Swirl. Mark. Lightning. Terrified. Our bond is strong.
Following orders.
New punch. Through me, justice is served. Your penance is due.
Following orders.
Out of my way.
Following orders.
Delve into destiny. Decided by destiny.
Stand clear.
New judgment is upon you. Guilty.
Following orders.
Animal hypostasis.
Following orders. Feeling lucky today?
Terrified.
That's close enough. Through me, justice is served. That's close enough. That's close enough. He's taken.
Out of my way. Dissipate. Enhanced animal model.
Judgment is upon you.
Following orders.
That's close enough.
I see everything. Make yourselves at home. Terminate.
Now you shall perish. Illusion shattered.
Temple of Wisdom.
Let me weave you a verse.
Spring forth.
Inazuma shines eternal. There is no escape.
Make yourselves at home.
Torn to oblivion. Shine down.
Exterminate. Share my knowledge.
Now you shall perish. There is no escape.
Ring cutter. Make yourselves at home. Everyone hold hands. Spring forth.
Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Inazuma shines eternal.
My apologies. Yeah, embrace the ice.
Take what written in the stars.
Special.
Torn to oblivion. Shine down. Sakura swirl.
Can't handle your dream. My apologies.
Now you shall perish. There is no escape.
Decided by destiny. Embrace the ice. Look at you, Cluetail. Think you can bully me?
Fate is upon you. Inazuma shines eternal. Shine down. Sakura swirl.
Can't handle your dream.
Take flight. Written in the stars. Torn to oblivion. Illusion shattered.
My apologies. Kami-santo art. Sumetsu.
What you got? Another job. Another
Terminate! Oh, nice.
Another test. Job.
Billowing surge! Hold the line! Nice and spicy!
Another test.
You're in tow! Don't be scared!
Another test.
Bring refuge!
Suffocate.
Oh,
That
nice.
single. Another test. Suffocate.
Eat this!
That single. Suffocate. That single.
Terminate!
Another
Billowing surge! Stars, shine for me! You're in toast! Allow me! Propagate! Ah! Torrent, bring refuge! Don't be scared. Not now. Let's move out. Boba, get them! Hey, yeah!
Where do you think that's going?
Covenant of the Deep!
That's close enough.
Stars, shine for...
That's close enough.
New punching.
Germinate! At the frying pan, into the fire! Yours, cold, mine's a command. The net, billowing surge!
New
Hold the
punching.
line! Don't be scared.
That's close enough. Following orders.
Torrent, bring refuge!
Here you are.
Wings of darkness, decided by destiny. Shadows of...
The process of elimination. As you wish, main form. Flicker.
I summon thee!
Inazuma shines eternal!
Scatter.
Fate is upon you.
The process of elimination. Here you are.
Midnight Phantasm!
Shine down! Now you shall perish!
Scatter.
Torn to oblivion!
Wings of darkness!
Written in the stars!
A process of elimination. Flicker. Diffract. Scatter.
It's over. Quietly now.
That's close enough. Following orders.
You punch me today.
That's close enough.
Gotcha. Quietly now. Things are about to get dicey.
Following orders.
You punch me.
Finally,
Gotcha.
New punch today. Following order. That's close enough. Following order.
Game's up. Fun's over.
That's close enough. Following order. New punch.
Quietly now.
Following order. Target.
Take it easy. Things are about to get dicey.
That's close enough. Today.
Busted.
New punch. Following order.
Hey, you're toast!
Try to keep up. Blow off the chunk.
Game's up. Fun's over.
Springboard! Ready? Go eat this!
Here comes the catch.
Hey, go away! Stay put!
Things are about to get dicey. Quietly now.
What else did we put on our shopping? Oh, what a mouth-watering smell.
Well, if it isn't the Traveler and...
Hello there.
So you...
The Halmayanis also still post jobs.
I told Dia to just stay at our place. My parents were
That sounds like something they would say, all right. They're always... Anyway, the job is already taken care of, so
You can stay for as many days.
You know I'm not the kind of person to stay put in one place like that, my lady.
But she said they'll treat you to the best...
But wait. Didn't you say last time that you would take me on a trip to the desert? Why don't you just take me with... There are so many places...
I'm sorry, my lady, but no can do. There's still a few things I need to take care of back at the brigade. Besides, The desert hasn't exactly been the most peaceful place lately.
Oh, come on.
I know.
All right. Ever since you first... Have you been delaying?
Nah.
Would you swear on that? But if something...
I just... mercenary life.
That doesn't change.
My lady. All right. Okay, let's talk here. Just try not to draw any extra attention. As you may already... My brigade is called... However, not...
Deshret's relics? Judging from the name, they must really look up to...
Yep, you got it.
Oh, you mean the group that tried to...
Deshret's relics is on any other day.
The Khan?
I think it means... Anyway, the...
Say what?
I think I'm starting...
I won't go into
Hundreds?
Yep. Not only have they targeted...
That's beyond terrible.
I don't know how Deshret's... If I don't do some... I just wish I knew...
Yeah,
I don't know. People...
that's setting the...
I mean, if he was even remote, he was loud and foolish, with no real sense of purpose. Instead of course, the other...
Sounds like a...
What about your mother?
Unfortunate. It's all right, my lady. He told me that he wasn't... He'd say... But the problem, they were tales of...
Sounds like your tip...
More or less, yeah. He seemed to think, even the toys... It was only much later.
What an interesting guy.
Yeah, until I grew up. Looting... No one in the... Did they really think that...
I think I can...
Yeah, but don't worry, my lady. It's all water under the bridge to me now. I had a huge argument with my father, and I'm not investigating them due to any bitter feeling. Yeah,
I see.
it is, but...
That may be true.
Well...
What should we do?
Huh?
Well, she's super tough, so if she...
I'm inclined to agree. I'll wait for news from you in the...
All right, then let's get...
Hey, Dia, you're back. Are these two friends of yours? Anyway, since we've got a newcomer, let me feel they've become extremely aggressive. Apparently, even their own now. They even attack...
Even the most ferocious beasts still protect their own.
That's right. A portion of their... Yeah, and a few days ago, rather than saying that...
Wait, a pout.
You heard me right. If their only goal is... Unfortunately... Oh, one last thing we discovered was that over the...
It sounds mighty strange to me, too. Gotta say, though, I didn't
Nah.
What he said. Yeah. And while they went to any survivors... We rushed over as soon as... Although this new friend of yours looks a little green behind the ear, now that we know you'll have a...
Hey, what about... Of course!
Oh.
Even if she had...
Oh, one other thing. We held another recruit. The deputy put a lot...
sorry.
Gotta admit. Now, if only the deputy could...
The awkward silence...
Hey, Huh?
I don't...
Are you kidding me? I missed a once-in-a-lifetime moment like that?
All right.
Hey, don't you try to change the subject. You and Hisham, get your butts over here.
Are they?
There aren't many rules or graces when it... If someone starts getting under your skin, you just yell, but we also don't tend to take many things too seriously. Being direct and getting it off... That's also why I never spare their feelings when I talk to them. If I want to laugh, I'll laugh. Hey, Knuckle!
Yeah. All you gotta do?
Perfect. Thanks for that. Be sure to pass my...
Will do.
This should be the place. Let's find a spot. It's gonna come down to a fight one way or another.
No need to worry.
Here they come. You ready? Let's not give them a
feeling? Lucky today? I'll be back. You want this one? I'll be back. You're the
Good. That's...
You know the code of...
That might have worked on an amateur, but I know you're just looking to protect your reputation. Think about it, though. You've got 5...
Whoa!
I'm not joking. 2 seconds!
I'll save you the
Huh? Are you crazy? He tried to bite off his own tongue. Quick, search the area for any first aid I definitely didn't expect him to go that far. Thankfully, the wound wasn't too deep.
What? Why would he be so...
I just wanted to test his mettle. You can get a lot of mercenaries to talk just by threatening them. I didn't expect him to be willing to go through so much pain just to deny us some intel.
Well, he's out...
Yeah, don't... They're...
We found a piece of paper with a bunch of names.
Let me take a look. Yep. I see an entry for Dakana Lakmar right here. Kusela, Idrisi, Bashar, and Takriti. All familiar names. This caravan is... That person will then... Wait, why is there no Mora value recorded for the final transaction?
Nope.
Yeah. Every transaction before the last one was marked with an exact amount of Mora, but the final one, where they paid for everything to be brought back to the desert, was simply marked as delivered. Perhaps. But they couldn't have known how much they would make off selling the loot. Do they not care about... Anyway, the next part's... Huh?
What's wrong?
Shazamon Homayani?
Homayani? You mean Dunyarzad's family? Could it...
I'd be surprised to find... Just what the heck is going on? I'm sorry, but what this piece of paper confirms is that the Homayani family has been providing goods to Dakana Lakmar.
What if the Homayanis have been kept in the dark?
That's a possibility, but if that was the case, they could have just as easily bought goods such as food and Yeah, funding violence and looting. The brigade gets the goods, and he is paid the proceeds from...
But...
I've been to their estate the only potentially large expenditure I could... But that's still just a speculation. You're probably right.
But... What should we do now?
If you ask me, I'm not worried. Let's go find my lady. If we're lucky... I've considered that. She showed genuine... That's not how I deal...
You're right. Paimon wants...
Yeah. We're back, my lady.
Oh, you're back a lot sooner than I expected. You mustn't have...
Actually, we're still investigating. It's just...
I see. The clues you found have led you back here.
Something like that.
You all look a little dispirited. Why don't you discuss it with me?
It's okay, my lady. It's not...
So something is wrong. Even the Traveler and Paimon have been uncharacteristically quiet. On any other day, Paimon would have already waved to me with a smile and shouted, "Dun!" So
My lady, please prepare yourself for what we're going to tell you next. It concerns the Master.
The Master? Okay, I understand. My father has been supplying goods to
Yeah, it makes as little sense to us as it does to you. I've never doubted the Master's integrity, so I'm having a real hard time rationalizing how he could ever maybe he's not actually aware of the full story and just stumbled into the deal by accident.
I can't help but agree with the Traveler.
Huh? You mean you feel the same?
Thank you for sharing all this information. Since you've told me everything you know, I should also tell you about some doubts that I've been in the past. I thought that my father hired a bodyguard for me. However, there are plenty of capable mercenaries in the Corps of 30. Why did my father go
About that. Well, the Homayanis really needed bodyguards, so they reached out to the Blazing Beast. Later, the Master told me that I was one of the best mercenaries he'd ever seen, and that I should stick around to become one of his bodyguards. He offered me a pile of Mora, so...
Well, but that didn't really answer my question. Just think about it.
Maybe the Corps of 30 just didn't have anyone available, or maybe someone recommended us. I've never given it too much. I think I get what you're saying. You'd think none of...
Precisely. At first glance, nothing seems strange or out of place. But there are many parts. If my father had always been in contact with Dekan al-Akmar, then it would make sense for him to bring Dia into our house.
You mean the goal all along was to get Dia to be your body?
No, that's too much of a stretch. I cut all ties with my father a long time ago. He has no control over my life anymore.
But that still doesn't rule out the possibility that your father has still been trying to influence your life without you knowing.
So, the Master was not likely an innocent victim in all of this?
Sorry we put all this on you so sudden.
It's okay, Paimon. I should actually, regardless of his reasons,
But is that really the right thing? My father has committed many atrocities and deserves all the punishment that he has coming to him. I have zero sympathy for him. You may call me an ungrateful child, but my feelings will remain the same. However, the Homayani family has treated me with nothing but generosity, and if we decide to investigate this further, we could end up implicating the entire Homayani family. I would be biting the hand that's fed me over all...
Dia.
It's all right, Dia. If anyone were to ask, you could all...
You don't have to do that, my lady. I'm not conflicted because I'm afraid of taking responsibility. Besides, you're the one we should all be worried about right now.
Hey! It's still too early to give up hope! What was the thing about friendship again? Right, yeah, true! Besides, there's no point on getting all riled up.
Thank you, everyone. That makes a lot of sense. In which case, my lady, could you ask the Master to come out and have a chat?
Sure thing.
Usual place?
Thank you for coming, sir. Please allow me to introduce these two.
Yes, my daughter has mentioned them from time to time. But we may skip all the pleasantries for now. What is the...
Well, we wanted to bring this transaction record to your attention. There's something on this record that we're all pretty curious.
So, that's what you found? Huh. Seems like I can't keep everything from you much.
If you wouldn't mind, we'd like an...
Well, it's a long and difficult story. And to be perfectly honest, I'm not sure if I'm doing the right thing. What I do know, though, Dia, is that the truth will bring you no solace. If anything...
Wait.
Yes. I understand perfectly why you came to see me, and I am touched by your collective commitment to do the right thing. But knowledge always comes at a price. And sometimes your father, Kusela, and I both believed that. Of course, you have the right to seek and learn the truth, but the facts of this matter may reduce everything you've built for yourself into sand, blowing in the wind. If you must proceed, then Kusela's heartfelt efforts will also fade into the wind like a fleeting mirage.
His heartfelt efforts? I'm sorry. I've made it this far in life without a single drop of my father's support. I have my own ideals and ways of looking at the world. I came here today to support...
I understand. Our family once needed to take a trip to the desert when Dunyarzad was just a baby. Along the way, they had superior numbers, and those Eremites were Kusela's brigade, Dekan al-Ahmar. Kusela's men told me that the attackers were Eremite mercenaries, just like themselves. I was shocked. Why would Dekan al-Ahmar go so far to save us and not spare the fellow Eremites? Kusela was grinning and walked over to play with baby Dunyarzad. She was startled by his unfamiliar face and nearly started crying.
Really?
He said that he had no particular reason to help us. He just took pity on us because he had a daughter about the same age. We started talking about our children, and I sensed that to repay his kindness, I hired his brigade to help out at our estate for a time and offered everyone generous remuneration.
So, that's what happened.
It was many years before I saw him again. I almost didn't recognize him the next time he came knocking on my door. The man I knew to be strong and healthy had been reduced to a shell of him.
So, what happened to him? He was perfectly fine when I left the brigade.
I'm not too sure myself. The only thing that didn't change was his cheery disposition. He said there was absolutely nothing to worry about and that he had gotten into a fight. That was all. He then suddenly asked me if Dunyarzad, now that she had grown, would need a bodyguard of her own. At the time, Dunyarzad was going through a particularly severe bout of her Elazar. There was no need for her to have a bodyguard when she could barely leave the house. But he kept coming back to the topic. Come on, I was completely lost at first, until he recommended the Blazing Beasts, and in particular...
So he was the one who recommended...
Indeed. He didn't say it out loud, but it was clear that he saw Deshret's relics as an evil group who would eventually corrupt every member in their ranks. He was already beyond redemption, but he hoped that he would be able to detach his daughter from the vicious world of mercenary life. If Dia could stay in my house and keep working as a bodyguard, then gradually her affinity for the desert would decrease, and she'd be able to leave her previous life behind.
And that's why you offered hers.
Yes, but not just because of that. From the moment that he asked me for that favor, I also began to see Dia as my own daughter. And that's also why I tried to Kusela saved my daughter and I all those years ago in the desert. I could never refuse him entrusting his daughter to me.
He was always like that, acting like he's O's.
Kusela said that he'd reimburse me for a portion of Dia's fees. I refused to take any mora from him, but he'd always sent me. I just accepted them as a token of his gratitude. And that went on for a while until the letter contained a request to help him buy food, weapons, medicine, and...
Wait! Isn't that around the time that Dekan al-Ahmar started becoming more...
That's right. When I started to hear some nasty rumors, I became wary. I wanted to meet him face to face to discuss, but by then, he was no longer receptive to my requests to talk. If I had to guess, it's probably because he doesn't want to put Dia at risk. That thought occurred to me as well. I figured that he probably came to me for help because he had nobody else to turn to. After some deliberation, I decided to send him some food and medicine. I turned down all his requests for explosives and weaponry. I am aware that even such a reduced gesture of support could lead to others coming to harm, but I could not simply reject his plea. In the end, it probably was the wrong decision. I plugged my ears to the rumors and just...
If you can, please tell me where he... None of the things he's doing right now make any sense if he's just trying to keep me from getting tangled up in his work. If all he wants to do is steer clear of me, then maybe he shouldn't have brought me into this world in the first place.
Oh
I'm just angry because I can't wrap my head around any of his action. Another way? But I guess you do have a point. We haven't uncovered the whole truth yet. We still need to figure out his exact actions and reasoning for the...
I'll do my best to help. Of course, anything between the two of you would need to be resolved between you and him alone. I don't know Kusela's exact whereabouts. Outside of supplying his brigade with some goods, I tried my best to avoid getting in. However, there's a man on the list named Jawed. He used to be a mercenary in the desert and is now a member of the Corps of 30. He's responsible for supplying weapons and liaising with the Dakan al-Akhmar's merchant caravan. I think he should know Kusela. I've heard that he likes to have a few drinks alone and enjoy the cool wind at night outside the tavern. Maybe...
Understood.
I'll stay and be with my father. My father has indeed done something. I feel like...
Yes. I am prepared to accept whatever verdict they choose. It's time to fix...
Who are you guys?
I know what you've been up...
Shh! Keep your voice down. How do you know all that? Come with me. We should take this elsewhere. I'll be happy to talk things over once we're somewhere private. This place should do. All right. Back to my...
Don't worry about that for now. You know what kind of punishment you'll face once we report you to the Corps, I assume.
Wait. There's no need to jump the gun. Let's talk this out. What are your terms?
no! So what's in it for you anyway?
Well, I was a little tight on money at the time, and Kusela took good care of me in the past. I weighed it in my mind, and I couldn't find a reason to turn the opportunity down.
Let me tell you how it is. We're investigating Dakan al-Akhmar, and we're gonna put an end to their operation. If you provide some help for us, then we might just put in a good word later to reduce the terms of your punishment.
Hey, why don't we discuss this a little first? Listen, I made quite a bit of more from my last run. You just give me a number, and I'm sure we can...
Shut it. My patience is running out. You should know when a mercenary...
All right. Sheesh, they're always on the move. Feel free to go have a look. I'm just telling you, though, it's not on me if they're not there anymore.
Sure. And then you can forget about any nice...
Hey, come on. Now you're just being...
Really? And...
All right, I get it.
Now that's more like it. Let's move. And as for you...
The world remains constant over the centuries.
Seems like we're in luck. That should be their camp right up ahead. Let's go. We'll finally get to the bottom of this ourselves. I'm here to see Kusela. Tell him to get out here.
Damn. Why are you here?
Illusion shattered! Haven't you all done enough?
Oh, so are you also?
There is no escape!
Stay out of this. It's got nothing to do with you.
Look alive!
She's so strong.
Enough fighting. We all know each other, and I don't want to just bring Kusela to me. Did you understand a single word I just said?
All right, everyone, let's all just calm down for a second. Dia, the boss can't come out and see you anymore. He died.
What?
Seems like you've been out of the loop for a while. Guess that's for the best, though. At least, that's what the old man wanted.
When did he die?
A few years ago, Kusela broke up Dakan al-Ahmar and went to the Deshret's Relics headquarters by himself.
So is that when you guys started?
We would prefer to call it taking revenge. Every last person in Deshret's Relics must pay in blood for what they did.
Let me start from the beginning. Dia, do you know how the head of the Relics maintained order internally?
Overwhelming strength and unquestionable...
Those were a part of it, yes. But just those on their own weren't enough. They had another tool at their disposal, regardless of whether they joined by their own will or were coerced. Every person in Deshret's Relics were forced to leave a record of themselves at headquarters, whether it be their deepest sin, some unforgivable act, or their most immoral exploit. The record served... That's precisely it. Every one of us have a record. Me, Bashar, Tikriti, and all the boys who grew up with Dia and ended up joining our ranks. But you, Dia, you were never asked to provide a record, were you?
I never even knew this was a
You were probably the only person in all of Deshret's Relics who didn't know about it.
Ever since you were born, Boss had been trying to shield you from this organization's sinister rules. Not only that, but he also banned all of us from committing any nefarious acts. He said he'd take care of the dues we had to pay regularly, but in the end, he was just an ordinary person. What could he do? He was forced to go to headquarters again and again to account for missed dues and incomplete records. He'd come up with all kinds of excuses and get beat.
We all knew he was doing that for you. He wanted to...
And that's why he became a shell of himself and couldn't walk with...
Wait, but that doesn't make any sense. I didn't know about any of this, and I'd never seen him get injured or beaten.
Because you were too young at the time. How would you ever tell between wounds from a beating and wounds from battle? When you left home after that final argument with him, he seemed to age by a decade overnight. Even his...
So, even the blazing...
Yep. It was all his doing. Had he not arranged them to come to you, you probably would have been reduced to a pulp before you ever left the...
A few years ago, Boss said he needed to make another trip to headquarters. He was already pretty weak then, and we all assumed he was going to get beaten again. I suggested that he hand the role of leadership over to me, but he said there was no longer any need, since the Khan al-Ahmar would soon be no more. His words made no sense to me. But that night, we heard that a massive fire tore through headquarters and razed everyone's records to ash.
Everyone gained their freedom that night. Many members fled, not just from our ranks. But how could we leave with a clear conscience? All of us.
The boss can't have just died for nothing.
From that point on, the sole purpose of the Khan al-Ahmar became revenge. The big fire that boss started, even though we're outnumbered, we vowed to see our revenge through to the very end. There were people from Head, but we won't let any of them.
We've suffered plenty of losses. All we can do is we forged boss's handwriting and sent out many letters to his former friends. Thankfully, many people were willing to come to us. We were also able to attract many mercenaries who shared our goal. We've endured unspeakable Deshret's relic.
Paimon doesn't know what to say anymore.
We do know right from wrong, but we were sinners from the very beginning. Boss always loved. We used to always laugh at it. As for me, I never considered myself a hero. We're all the lowest of the low. We have no right to even imagine such an existence. But maybe we were all just... I'm sorry, Dia.
I'll go with...
Huh? Dia?
I grew up with these guys, and I know they're not bad people. It's just that some situations get so... All I know is that Deshret's relics... Furthermore, I want to go see the place for myself. I know you don't want to get involved in this, so there's no need for you to tag along. I can do this.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I bet Boss would.
Considering all the losses and injuries we sustained, we can't afford to turn down some...
He can think whatever he wants, but the fact is...
All the world holds dear is but a backdrop of constant motion. I stand before it, alone and unchanging.
Is this the entrance? We sure didn't run into much trouble on the way here. Wow. Paimon didn't expect it.
They should all be holed up in here.
Who cares? We'll wrap...
Still, we should be careful. Even if they've only got one shot left, it could still take us out.
Yeah. We'll know what they're really... Deshret's relics may have been a force to be reckoned with before, but their name means nothing.
Yeah, they don't...
are not one.
Buckle up!
I'll get you back.
Let's get it on! You're dead meat!
I'll need. That's close enough. No more tricks up your sleeve. You won this one.
This way, follow me. We're almost there.
Wait! They went charging ahead without checking for any
Hey, you guys okay?
It seems like we just got trapped in here. Don't think we triggered anything else.
Watch out, the enemy's coming from ahead.
Well, now that things have come to this, seems we'll have to...
Don't worry about us. Let's go! We can't let the...
Let's check if there's another way! The sooner we...
Let's see. I think I see a way through over there, but it's being
Okay,
Shine down!
Scatter! Boba, get them!
Illusion shattered!
another mechanism like the one before, but this one's being blocked off in the middle.
we just need to adjust it a little.
There is no escape!
Fate is upon you!
You asked for it! Look alive!
I wasn't expecting anyone to make it through from the... But as a desert dweller, I suppose we should be used to our folks.
Don't waste your breath.
Run. I witnessed the golden age of Deshret's relics. Even if I could... Even now, the greatest should...
So you want to go out and...
Let us draw our weapons! We will show them they are but two. Well... Wave one! Charge! Eliminate them!
Where do
Shine
you think
down.
you're going?
Gloves off!
I don't think that you've won. We're just getting started.
You're toast!
Torn to oblivion!
King Deshret will not abandon any one of his followers.
You asked for it! Let's get it on!
Brothers! With me, this is where we prove our faith.
Do you all just want to die?
None of us plan to leave this place alive!
Where do you think you're going?
Take that! I'll take my...
Torn to oblivion!
The commander is finally fought.
But they're still coming at us! This place is like a gladiator!
Yes! Keep fighting!
When the next wave comes, I'm going to see if I can take...
Get out of my way!
Come and face me, Michel! So... Apologies, Lord Michel. So, it would...
Time to pay for everything.
I will be buried in the sand!
Hey, wait!
We were too late.
It's over. But if you're still going to...
Hey, dear! I found the mechanism. I'll get you all back up here right away.
Let's go.
Who are you filthy rats? And why are you always
You call your...
Who knows what intent a bunch of rats... Hey, have you ever heard of a man... Why would I know? It's not like I'm in charge.
This is your last...
Hey, I said I don't know anything. I'm just an average member here. If you're here to find someone, why don't you look through the records?
The irony. His life became a light for so many. Where's the records room?
It's right over there.
I mean the old...
The old records room? You mean, the one that got burned down? Kusela. Watch your mouth. He was definitely faking it. We all let our guard down as soon as we saw him come hobbling in. But in the short time it supposedly took him, he couldn't have possibly... And after that, Deshret's relics fell in...
Stop wasting our time. Tell me, where is the...
It's just over there. There's nothing left in... Bashar, Tikriti, let's go. Spare them no mercy.
So, this was his final destination. How did he do... If he was nimble enough to do that, then... I'm sorry.
Is this a cane? It must be the one that Dia's father used.
Kusela.
Thanks for everything, boss.
We're fortunate to somehow...
Let's split up and look around some more. What if something else has been left behind?
But what else could survive a fire like that?
Huh? Thought so.
Wait! Isn't that the toy sword you played with as a child?
The dragon is no more, for Princess Dia has slain it. Its head now hangs above the city gates. Her bravery has brought eternal peace and prosperity to us all. Dia, come on. This is the most important line.
You can do it.
But Dia, you defeated the dragon. Everyone's waiting for your speech. Still too shy, huh? All right, I'll do it. I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more.
I hereby proclaim our victory. Evil shall plague us no more, Dad. What's this?
Don't you remember? You asked Paimon what she would do if she were to wake up tomorrow, and Paimon said that she would get... These opportunities don't come by often. Hey, come on! Anyway, the point is that you should... Dunyarzad will also be here.
Aw, thanks, my chest was filled with all kinds of intense emotion, but when everything came to an end, it was as if I'd lost the thing that was most important to me. Yeah, you're right. To many mercenaries, Mora is the most important. Idrisi and the other... My reality shattered when I found out that the father who always told me hero stories was in fact a bad guy. But look at me now. Despite all my we're hypocrites. Yeah, you're right.
You're back! Are all of you alright?
Ah, there she is.
Yeah. Huh? Dia?
Paimon will explain.
I'm sorry.
It's all right, my lady. You were hurt by all of this as well. Truth be told, I'm starting to feel a little guilty watching you cry.
Dia...
Hey, don't worry about me. My father probably thought that people could settle into new lives as long as they moved to... That thought has even crossed my mind a few... However, there was always something deep within my mind that But now that I consider it again, it all makes sense. The desert's...
I understand.
That doesn't mean I won't be making any changes to my life, though. As an example, I'm now thinking about taking on some small odd job. It's just like Idrisi said. I also want to catch up to my father and become... Even if the ending of the story may be childish and ridiculous.
Isn't that neat, though? Why don't we go...
Right. You said you wanted to get a rug for your family.
We'll come along, too.
I can't thank you enough for...
Ah, here you are. Finally, I found you.
Hey! Aren't you that mercenary who bit his tongue? Wait,
What are you talking about? Do I look like I could take you all in a fight? I just came here to give you something. I'll be on my way to give myself up to the Corps after this. Once I woke up, I hurried to the Khan al-Ahmar's camp, hoping to alert them to your presence. But when I got there, I found no one except the members who were still too injured to move.
Ah, so you probably got there after us.
Yeah, they told me that they had exacted their revenge, and everyone had turned themselves in to the authorities. Even that last camp was not going to... I had joined the cause to repay an old favor from Kusela. Now that everyone's already turned themselves in, I might as well do the same. One of the injured members gave this box to me, and told me that it contained some of the old man's last possessions. Everything left in the camp will get confiscated, so I figured I should get this to you before the court.
Thank you.
No worries. We are all just living our own truths. There's no need to comment or judge.
So this box contains everything that Dia's father...
Well, back in the day, the first thing he did with any moral... But let's see, what's this? It's just a bunch of junk.
Perhaps it's...
A handwritten copy of a storybook. The paper's already yellowed. It was against the academia's...
That probably means this was really important.
And here are a few bags of children's snacks. The packaging's completely deteriorated. Maybe that's where the smell...
Did he get those for you?
Yeah, but here's the... Who even leaves snacks in a box like this? Forget it. Let me see what else is in here. A razor, a wool scarf, which, from the looks of it, probably belonged to a woman. I'm sorry, my lady, but this is just two empty liquor bottles.
Huh? There's something...
Oh, you're right. All right, I got it out. It seems to be a piece of paper with some writing on it. The bottom part's all damaged from moisture, though. Let's hope the writing didn't... I was suddenly seized with an urge to write a letter after finishing this bottle. I just folded it up and left it in the bottle, though. To Dia. It's all right.
My condition's becoming worse and worse. Can't even walk without a cane anymore, much less go out and have fun. Guess I don't have many days. If you're reading this letter, then I suppose I'm already long gone. You were adorable as a baby. Everyone loved you. But once you grew a bit older, you were no longer nearly as happy or cute. It's probably Idrisi's fault. He was never up to any good.
Can you believe this guy? He can point the finger...
Anyway, back to the point. To summarize, I'm writing this so you would know not to feel sad for me, even if you end up finding out the truth. The reason being that... I was never your father to begin with.
Wait, what?
Surely,
I don't know.
I was quite formidable when I was young, and 100 times cooler than some so-called flame main. Really felt like the whole world was under my feet. But as fate would have it, I went out into the desert for a drink one day. You were just lying there, small and helpless. But your cries were so loud they made my head hurt. I told Idrisi and the others that I had slipped up with a woman while out and about. None of them even doubted me. I'm sorry that I had to lie to them for so long, but I was their most esteemed leader after all. Anyway, you possess the kind of freedom and kindness that we could only dream of. As far as how you should live your life, that'll be up to you to decide.
In the end, he was still thinking of me as a little child, I suppose, or I would have suffered.
He was a good father to you. The fact that he wasn't a blood relative doesn't...
Yeah, it's just a pity.
Do you already...
I do. If he first found me alone in the sands, then I want to try my hand at finding the person who abandoned me. I just have one wish, that there once existed a childish and foolish, and that only under his...
If you end up finding any leads, can you share them with us? We go on adventures all the time. Maybe we'll be able to find some...
Sure, I appreciate it.
I'll help too.
Thank you. My life is certainly... Because no matter where I've gone, I've always been surrounded...